Weathering a lightsaber. It's one of those things that could be very relaxing, very creative, very freeing almost. Because there's really no one way to do it. If you want to tie this thing to the back of your pickup truck and drive it up the road at 80 miles an hour, glue some of it back together, you could just say it's battle damaged. But it's also one of those things that could be a little frustrating. Some techniques will work, some just don't. Sometimes you'll get to where you want really fast, but then other times you just can't quite seem to get there. This one was kind of a mixture of both. And I say that because, I don't know, sometimes these things have these weird coatings on it, or maybe the metal's different, and for some reason the chemicals just weren't taking to this. No matter how much I tried to strip off anything that was on there, the aging chemical just wasn't taking. And it got a little frustrating, so I decided that I'm going to just move into regular painting. Now during this process, I did come across one of those happy accidents. Whatever finish was on here, you can see as I was doing this, it left this weird kind of tarnished look. So honestly, I took it as a happy accident. I didn't want to struggle to try to really strip this thing down, so I left it. So I sanded down as much as I could and I moved into painting. Now I do use acrylic paint. This one I went with straight black. In some of my other videos, you'll notice that I also use things like burnt sienna for rust or some basic brown for dirt and grime. This I just went with black and kind of focused on getting things into the corner and just dirty the hilt up. Now, weathering with paint does get a very similar result as using the aging chemical called aluminum black. I very much prefer using aluminum black as my base, and sometimes I'll paint over that. But the chemical itself reacts with the metal, so you're not actually painting over it, you're chemically changing the metal. Well, we got this thing painted up pretty well, and you can see we're getting a really great result with the paint. Now, after the paint has been sitting on there for a little bit, I go back and I kick it down just a little bit with a green scrub brush. Now, even though we got that kind of happy accident with the pommel earlier that kind of looked tarnished, I'm still going to add some black into all of the crevices here, just to add a little dirt and grime in the corners. So now that the painting's done, I'm going to grab some sandpaper and run it over these high parts on the black grip area. That'll help expose some of the metal under there and just make it look worn down. So there's only one thing to do at this point, and that is to add some clear coat matte finish over this to help set that paint in. We are going to call this lightsaber done, and there's only one last thing to do. Hook it on up, toss in a blade, and make sure it all works great. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and while you're down there, hit that like, subscribe, and notification button, and I will see you all on the next video. Be safe and kind out there in the world. See ya.